Let's go.
Welcome to another CEOism podcast with Nimrod Cohen. He's founder and CEO at Online Pianist, currently located in Israel. We're going to talk about his business. We're going to talk about the current events and how they're affecting his business in Israel. This podcast is brought to you by podpar.com. If you want to start scale, be invited to a podcast like this one. Nimrod, welcome to the podcast. Can you tell me a bit more about yourself and about Online Pianist?
Sure. Thank you for having me. I'm 40 years old. I have 4 kids. Um, I live in Israel. I founded Online Pianist 15 years ago. Yeah, it's quite an old company in the technological world. Online Pianist is a relatively small company, 6 people. We didn't raise significant capital. Um, the entire growth of the company was bootstrapped without financial funding, and we're very proud of it. This is what we know how to do. Online Pianist is a piano application, a piano platform that makes it very easy and fun to play songs on piano, as opposed to piano learning apps that actually teach you how to play from scratch, how to sit properly, how to read notes. This is not what we do. Online Pianist specializes in songs and make them accessible to anyone, because we found that a lot of people really want to know how to play their favorite songs, and they don't want or can't go through the traditional process of learning with a teacher, or they used to play with a teacher, and at a certain point they felt that this is not the right route for them. So this is what we do. We don't teach how to play, but we make it really fun and easy to play songs. We have the biggest catalog of piano tutorials on the App Store, online, but basically outside of YouTube, of course. We have a very thriving YouTube channel with almost 1 million subscribers. The app is free. We offer a subscription if you want to unlock the entire catalog. That's pretty much the story.
That's pretty cool. How did that idea came about?
So at a certain point of the age of 25 or 26, I decided that I want to follow a childhood dream of mine to learn how to play the piano, because I really like music, but I never knew how to play an instrument. And a friend of mine suggested that before I invest in buying an instrument and going to a teacher, to see what I can find online. So I did, and I came across YouTube that you're probably familiar with. And on YouTube, you have millions of videos of people playing songs and show others how to play this specific song. So I tried to play with YouTube, and I like the method of playing a song right away. But during the process, I felt that learning from a video makes me as a user very passive, because the video enables you to play and pause basically. And I thought that if we can create the same methodology within an app, we will be able to provide the end user with much more capability of controlling and learning better and faster. And this is how Online Pianist came about, basically.
Interesting. The app is quite affordable, $7 a month for if you go for the 6 months option. How much clients do you have by now?
How much? What? How many subscribers you mean?
Users, yeah, subscribers.
Around 10K paying subscribers.
That's pretty good. And how long did it take you to get there?
15 years basically, with ups and downs. Um,
Were you
during
always
the COVID,
bootstrapped?
yes, always.
And during
Uh,
COVID?
so during COVID, like many other digital products, we grew significantly and saw numbers that we didn't see before. But eventually, statistics tends to go back to what it was. So COVID was like um, a different time that it is not typical to what we usually see. But because we are a bootstrap company and we don't rely at all on paid marketing, everything is 100% organic. The ups and downs with the market are less affecting us in that manner.
Hmm. And that growth, is it mostly Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads? Where do you invest the most?
Like I said, we don't invest at all in paid marketing. Everything is organic. We heavily invest in organic foundations, organic channels. Like I mentioned at the beginning, that we have a very successful YouTube channel with almost 1 million subscribers. We built it from scratch, and it gave us a lot of growth throughout the years. We also put a lot of attention of building our website and applications in a manner that is recommended by the App Store or by the search engine. Uh, so Google or Apple will have the incentive to put us high in a higher ranking. And of course, above everything, we try to give real and good value to users. And I believe that this is eventually what makes or breaks successful companies.
So just pure keywords and making good content that kids can use, or anyone interested in learning piano. I saw your video, so it's like Guitar Hero but for piano, sort of, um, and building something that people potentially need. But I'm guessing, and I'm pretty sure because I tried these apps myself, that you have a bunch of competition in the App Store. How do you differentiate yourself from these other apps?
So first, you said keywords, but saying keywords is very narrowing what I said or what I meant, because, for example, Google have a lot of sources and resources and instructions of how to build your website in a way that the search engines will like it and the users will like it. So it's not only keywords, basically. It's giving value not in the user, not only in the user experience, but also in how you build the interface and the technology and how fast is your delivery. It's a lot of things. Now, for your question, as you said, there are a lot of piano apps out there, and only if you are very familiar with the market, you can see the difference between them. So, for example, you have piano apps for people that don't have piano at home. So just tap on the screen on the one side, and on the other side, you have piano apps that actually teach you from scratch how to play, how to read sheet music, etc. Um, our focus and what differentiates us is the focus on songs. You won't find an online pianist theory or how to read a note or how to sit properly, but pure songs, pure catalog of songs. We do have for every song in interactive journey of a step-by-step journey that makes it like I would say stages in a game that eventually will bring you to a point where you can play the full song. This is what I believe differentiate us from other apps.
The recent events in Israel, how have they affected the company and the development of it?
So again, because we are a relatively small company, outside event usually don't have much effect on us. Also, I mean, during COVID, we did experience high growth, but comparing to bigger companies, it was, I believe, a bit lower. So our specific company was not affected, but I know of companies that the entire team, not only the development team, is now recruited in the Israeli army, and the company is just not working at all because they don't have any personnel. So this is crazy. We are fortunate because we have a very unique nation that supports each other. I wish we would be as supportive to one another, not only during crisis, but also in regular times. And you have funds like financial VCs and funds that actually raised money to support companies and startups that are now currently heavily affected by the war. And also, I think it's a pretty early to say, but in terms of personnel, a lot of people were recruited to the army now to defend our borders, and I can only hope that we will win this war and bring peace to Israel.
But is there such a thing as winning a war and bringing peace if we study history or just, the US presence in Afghanistan? Can you really win a war nowadays?
That's a good question because the Western and the modern cultures they talk about narratives. That's why anyone can can tell any narrative that he likes or connected. But the truth is regarding Israel is that if we won't win the wars, we won't be here. This is what history taught us, because the Israeli nation was, the Jewish people was 2,000 years outside of his country, spread across the entire globe, even in Mexico, of course. And there is no such similar story of a nation that was spread across the entire globe and eventually came to the same place and kept its religion and kept its tradition. So it's a miracle by itself. And for a question, we're not looking to destroy the other or to kill the other. This is not what the Jewish tradition teaches us. We want to live in peace and prosperity, and this is what we call winning.
Right. Have you personally been affected, your performances as a founder, kind of being distracted from the business or just worried for your security lately?
Yes. For the first 2 weeks after the war, many people, including us, we simply couldn't work. We were devastated by what happened. Everyone knows someone that got affected by these terror attacks. I personally know of not from my first circle, but second, third circles about people that were killed in this terror attack. And our generation didn't experience an existential threat. The Jewish people experienced similar threat in the past for many times, unfortunately. But fortunately, our generation didn't experience it until now. So it's a new thing for us, and you encounter a lot of feelings that you didn't know, or you didn't uh, felt them in such an extreme way, like fear and anxiety. And it certainly affected us emotionally, mentally, mainly.
So, what about the local economy? Do you feel that it will be negatively affected, or is Israel sort of resilient and quickly adapted to the new situation?
Israel is an expert in getting out of crises. This is what we know best. Even from the COVID, we were one of the first countries that came out of it. And I believe that it will take time, but of course that we will recover and become better than what we were.
Right. So for the rest of this year, like what is your focus as the founder, the CEO of the company? What do you want to accomplish?
So now we are actually making a significant pivot to the product after many years of uh, focusing on a specific target audience. We are now focusing on expanding our target audience. I will try to not to dive too deep into it because it's hard to understand, but basically until today, our main target audience were people that had some experience with the piano in the past. And if you didn't have any experience and you just opened the app, it was a bit frustrating and hard for you to use the app. And now we are making a pivot to the app and trying to open it to a wider target audience. Specifically, we are working on easier songs, shorter songs, a very intuitive step-by-step process, and also a very unique technology, which is called the note detection, that the app not only will show you how to play the song, but will actually listen to what you play at home from the microphone, from the device's microphone, and give you real-time feedback on your playing. It will stop when you are not playing right, and will continue when you are playing right, and give you a score at the end. So this is our focus now in the company.
Any plans on having an AI assistant that would register your keystroke and your common errors and give you tips on how to fix them or recommend songs that are your level of expertise?
Yes, we do have a plan like this. Once we accomplish this pivot of the product, we do plan to include machine learning and AI capabilities. So the app will learn from common mistakes, or for specific users, will identify where they are doing it wrong and give them personal tips to continue or to overcome hard parts. Yeah, that's in the future plans.
Where can people find out more about you, Nimrod?
But myself, I have a LinkedIn profile, although I'm not too active. I mean, I do respond if someone send me messages or via email. LinkedIn, basically.
And I guess also the website. So as we have mentioned today, onlinepianist.com, right?
Yes, of course. If you want to learn about the company, you have the onlinepianist.com website. You have the Online Pianist iOS application, the Online Pianist Android application. We are very responsive. We believe that part of bringing good, excellent experience is to communicate with our users. Some of our best ideas for features came from users. So feel free to send us messages.
Well, thank you so much, Nimrod. So that was Charles Cormier, your host for another CEO Wisdom Podcast.com, and that was Nimrod Cohen.